Now, here's another thing that I want to say, because people are going to take it all wrong when I say stuff like, I'm not afraid to die at all. Because I'm not. But that doesn't mean I want to. So you could say, you know, I see a cop come into the sheets as I'm leaving my delivery. And he's in his, like, big police sweater, and it looks like a full tactical armor. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like 3 in the morning, and it's an Edinburgh University police car. It's not even like a state trooper, which doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what kind of cop they are. There's no difference. They're just different places on the map that we think one's bigger than the other. If they have a gun, they have a gun. They still have the potential to shoot you just as much as anyone else does. Here's the thing. They have these looks on their face of, like, sour, angry, tough guys. How are you supposed to be serving and protecting with this tough guy look on your face anyway, honestly? An intimidating factor to even innocent people, which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's beyond the point. So, the point is, the world, in order to change, doesn't need to be policed. It doesn't need to have grumpy dudes with their arms crossed wearing vests that say police on the back of them, like with their guns at their hips and their walkie-talkies and handcuffs, standing around looking like prison guards to the world. What we need to do is let go of all that shit and start being like, hey, people make mistakes and we're learning from them, and we've learned. So now we stop with all the bullshit that we've been doing, because we're going to stop trying to tell you what you can and can't do, but at the same time, we're going to teach our children to do it right. People who have problems now can easily be helped with the right kind of programs in those institutions. Those institutions can easily implement these kind of programs, the ones that have more about consciousness and love and stuff like that, and implement those programs. Instead of a jail, turn the jails that they are now into adult schools. And in those adult schools, they teach these programs. And in these programs, they teach people how to change their thought patterns so that they leave the jail without the same mentality of the criminal who went into jail. It would be that simple. Let's use Dr. Joe Dispenza's program, for example, because he's a person that, see, like somebody, I'm not worried about recognition as Dan, you know, like, I'm not worried about that, but he's somebody who has so many people paying attention to him that I wish I had that so that they could get the full scoop. Not because I don't think he deserves it. I think he's a great guy and he's doing an awesome job. But I think that I would love to have that kind of recognition just so that people can understand deeper. But maybe they're not supposed to yet. So maybe I'm supposed to keep some of this to myself and just do videos and slowly release them and don't do it all too much at once. Because you can't just come out and tell everybody about the truth of God. Because they're not ready for it. And they'll think it's a joke. But then you got all these people who are so stuck in the role they play, and there's so many depictions of real life incidents where police shootouts, and every day there's more people going nuts and shooting up people and all this kind of stuff. So the reason we see that causes more fear, causes more, so it's amplifying in both ways. And what we have to do is learn how to choose the right way. Everybody. I know it sounds pretty elementary. I mean, adults should be able to, you don't have to be an adult. People should be able to, if brought up the right way, or brought up without wrong ideas in their mind, so they're brought up the right way, every person should be able to say, yeah, I don't want to, shoot this person, or stab this person in the face, come on. I mean, it shouldn't be hard. It's not hard. The thing is, we lead people to do that by causing them to need money, causing them to meet qualifications and requirements, and making them feel like they have to be the same as everybody else, and they have to pass this curriculum. They have to make sure that they get this right, because if they don't know it, they're falling behind the class, they're falling behind par. People are ahead of them and they're behind. There's no such thing anymore. There really isn't. There never has been. We just all agreed on it and made mistakes. So I just want to say something about that, because we don't need a bunch of police who think they're so tough. And we also, I'm not saying go bad guy. Honestly, I'm saying there won't be any bad guys if we take away the people, so-called good guys, who don't walk around acting good to people. Think about it. They don't really act good, and they don't have to put on that kind of front in order to be tough, in order to be a hero, in order to be strong, in order to be protective. They don't have to put on a tough guy attitude. They don't have to be brash and rude to everybody. They can be super duper duper polite and happy, and if shit goes down, then they put on that act, or then they jump to the occasion or rise to whatever they need to. That's different. Acting like a dickhead 24/7 because you have a fucking uniform on is ridiculous. And I'm just saying. I didn't mean to say it in such negative ways, but those are just words. And I mean them in a positive way, but those are negative terms, and I do understand that. And I apologize. So, anyway, I love you guys. Peace.